swear to God, I really didn't mean to do that, bro. Everybody gathered? Everybody have pencils?
I need to turn this around before I get kicked out of work.
Oh God.
You still got it on your shirt. Yep. Is that what? You'll be alright.
And he's mad thick. I'm gonna say it if I see it.
What the fuck?
Tell me.
What the? Are you hitting on?
Them flies.
Big boy dies.
James has a figurine of him somewhere.
Glivers do?
Snow.
Oh, the fire giant?
Mr. Monster.
That I do.
That's the only reason I know its name is because he has
I
a figurine.
actually do have one of those.
That's sick.
We are gathered here today.
Shut up.
We're not even dinner, oh gosh.
I already had to sit through one Thanksgiving with prayers.
Player's
Okay.
handbooks and flip to page 83. Paragraph 3.
You struggling to get a straw in your mouth.
Can you lead us, Cody?
He has to get it through that like ugly ass mustache.
I just noticed.
At least I can grow body hair, you woman.
He's with that.
I don't have to worry about getting several fucking miscarriages though, so.
That was a little much.
Drop the mic on that.
No, it wasn't much.
Well, you could have gone with abortion because more women
I
have
was
aborted my
going to, but I couldn't
children.
remember the word.
Right, and the numbers are at least double.
What?
I said they came to their senses. I didn't notice this until just now, but at the front of the PHB it says, disclaimer, Wizards of the Coast is not responsible for the consequences of splitting up the party, sticking appendages in the mouth of a leering green devil face, accepting a dinner invitation from... accepting a dinner invitation from... Fuck!
Hey, that's my shirt. Don't wipe it off on that
It's
shirt.
slimy! It's like...
Like you can
It's the
still
chlamydia.
feel it afterwards.
I know, it's the god!
Wake up with like.
You can taste it a lot too.
No, I don't want, like, does someone want a finger? Like, I'll cut right fuck off.
I'm gonna wake up with bumps all over it. Skin falling off. What does chlamydia taste like?
Cody.
No. I'm just asking.
It's synonymous.
Real quick way to find out.
Well, the mixture of the other.
Let's go ahead and begin. I'm trying to shut him the fuck up now.
Have you ever left mushrooms in the refrigerator for way too
I
long?
hate mushrooms.
Cool. That's what chlamydia tastes like.
Oh.
Yeah. It's like a
Shut up,
green mushroom.
shut up.
Like, and it
shut up,
crust around
shut
the
up,
edges.
Shut up, shut up, shut up.
I laugh too much at everything. I can't breathe.
It's like if you blend mushrooms and Enfamil together.
James!
Okay. Oh goodness.
Well, welcome to D&D. Having fun.
I really love this.
All right. With that,
Let's get to Cody getting killed now.
Back to it, yes. Okay.
We did long rest, right?
Yeah.
Oh.
I had ritual
not
casted.
entirely yet.
Uh-oh.
Oh. I.
So,
He's like, whoa, whoa, whoa.
I don't know how I'm missing health if I don't have any heat points.
last session, starting in the frozen halls of the Frostfell, working your way through several confusing turns and twists in the tunnels, eventually making your way to a strange form of icy canyon that down the center ran a river of dark water. Strange vegetation on the banks on both sides. Slow, laboriously working your way across the bridge,
Fucking welcome, me and Grapes.
having a couple close calls where some of you almost willingly dove off the bridge.
I like your microwave, George.
It doesn't work like your fucking brain.
It's a lot brighter than you.
No.
And it still don't work.
gathering a distinct sense that, having been deprived of the warmth, something was not quite happy with you leaving. And with an army of skeletons chasing you through the tunnels, you escaped your way into a crazy kaleidoscope of broken glass-like ice. Using a clever use of light spells to find your way through the fractured areas, you eventually ended up making it to a chamber that seemed to collect the light that you were using. And you ended up having to fight several...
It was like 5 of them.
5 interesting wraiths.
Pain from the dick.
Of a type that you had not been familiar with before.
Terrifying. of
Very
understand.
accurate.
Here, just so I don't have to we don't have to constantly filter what we're talking about.
Whenever we're talking about something, you can look it up.
Ending your second day in the Frostfell, in the chamber where you defeated the wraiths, I assume you all would like to take a long rest.
Yes. And I am ritual casting Leomin's tiny hut again, so we can
Absolutely.
safely.
What are your specific details of your hut?
All of my current party members are allowed in and out. It's going to be nice, warm, and comfortable.
Okay.
No one else is allowed in.
The exterior of the dome?
The exterior of the dome is going to be... Can I make it dark on the can I make it dark on the outside but see-through on the inside?
I do not believe the spell offers that option.
I think it's either opaque.
I believe it is. You can determine how opaque, from opaque to clear, but I don't believe that you can make it one or the other, or both at the same time.
Well, it is one-sided.
Make it a giant John Cena.
Just we're all sitting in John
That was
Cena's
the worst
asshole.
joke I've ever made in my life. I love it though.
Trump could make a better joke.
Does anybody else here watch the John Oliver show?
I love John Oliver.
Did you watch his newest one, the 2020 one?
Until the spell ends,
I can't say anything about it. Watch it. It is fantastic.
until the spell ends, I can command the interior to become dimly lit or dark. The dome is opaque from the outside of any color I choose, but it is transparent from the inside.
There you go.
All right, so I'm gonna
So it
just
is.
make I'm just gonna make the outside gonna match the colors on the walls around us.
The walls around you are clear, glass-like ice.
So like bluish white-ish.
Okay.
Yeah, camouflage.
We stick out like sore thumbs.
Yeah, so would a black sphere.
All right.
Daniel just
Um,
all of us in our sleep.
You better fucking not. You'll never get out of that fucking hut.
None of us will.
Oh yeah.
Choice is round.
I need passive wisdoms from everybody.
12.
17.
Let's go around the table.
17.
12.
17. 15.
20.
17.
Oh, 12.
I think 12 is correct.
Yeah.
No need to roll.
All right.
That was not a roll.
Balok, the only one currently awake at the very beginning, first couple hours. You start to catch a distant but persistent clattering sound. You heard the same sound. You heard the sound as the skeletons were coming out of the water before.
The hut will work to protect us while the spell is on. Yeah.
Alright, so I'm like in entry mode, I mean.
sound close? Can I tell if it's close or is it still kind of far away?
It's disconcerting with the way that these halls work
Oh, yeah.
on your way here. It's hard to gauge necessarily how far they are. It does sound like there's some distance to it. These are echoes. These are not direct sounds.
I'll go nudge the dock away.
Has it been at least 4 hours?
Oh yeah,
Not at this point, no.
how long's it been?
It's been roughly about 2.5, almost 3 hours. Pushing somewhere on either side of 3
Can I
hours.
use divine sense?
Okay. You do not sense there's the barest faintest aura of what feels like maybe the remnants of undead from this chamber, but nothing that's close by.
Got 3 transit doors all your transit. Yeah. You too?
You don't trance, Cody. You sleep.
Oh yeah, you're happy.
No, half of us don't trance. They sleep.
I believe
I
you
don't
are
know
correct,
the
but I
rules
could
on
be
that.
wrong. Yeah, double check that while we're all
I don't even know where to
talking.
check that.
Player's handbook.
It'll say it in the half
I've
elf.
got it right up. I've got it right
Yeah.
here.
Well, I was
So-
talking about my other half.
Oh, that's asleep.
That's asleep?
Yeah. Oh yeah, they sleep.
Well,
Yeah,
I'll
no,
keep-
nothing but a trance.
Fair enough.
I'm not gonna leave the hut.
Okay.
I'm going to pay close attention to it and see if it sounds like it's starting to get closer. And if it starts getting pretty close, I'm going to wake them up.
Okay. All right. Go ahead and make a perception check.
All the dice.
20.
Nice!
Natural 20? What, for a total of?
22.
22. Okay.
You don't hear anything.
Focusing closely, you can hear the clattering throughout the different tunnels. While it doesn't sound like all of them are getting closer, it does sound like the noises are progressively getting closer.
Like in groups.
Right, like almost as if you can tell that not all of them are finding their way through. It's just a mindless trudge through confusing tunnels, but enough of them are making it through that with enough time, you get the general sense that they are going to mass their way through.
Okay.
I'm gonna chill.
Listening for about another hour, there's a noticeable closer sound to them. It's kind of hard to gauge just how far away through these tunnels, having been confusing in the first place, but you can absolutely tell that they are getting closer.
Just give me 30 minutes. Just give me 30 minutes.
If I cast darkness on the tent, will it make it harder for them to find us?
It's not a
That's-
bad thought.
Pretty bright in here.
That's a good question. You're an oath breaker. You would know enough about undead.
Yeah.
Give me a second.
Guys, look! I found a bell dragon. Great. He was sleeping. I just. Guys, look at my new Draco leg. He was totally prone.
His name's Fluffy.
He's mine for 24 hours.
You know that
Let's go.
darkness would impede sight.
He's got a boner.
This chamber's not incredibly huge. It's not a very large chamber. It's about 40 foot across.
So,
The chances that they would run into one when walking through the chamber are pretty high. So they wouldn't be able to see what they were doing. But there's you can feel pretty confident that if they make it into this chamber, they're going to come across the dome.
I will wake Arkin up
Okay.
Because I know you don't really use magic. I know
How long into the rest are we?
We are roughly just shy of 4 hours. We're on either side of 4 hours by a couple of minutes.
Yay.
Can we be on the far side?
That means if we're on.
Do you want to take the chance?
No, but I mean,
If we're just
You know, the
past,
rule
that
book
means my
that-
character.
Do,
would be
do any of
full-
you have a method of telling time?
No.
judging by the
That's a good
trajectory,
concept.
Actually,
If we are just past, though, my character would
We're in
be
a
starting to
nice
finish his
phase.
trance.
Same.
Still gotta do light duty for, another 4
George,
hours.
like, all of a
but-
sudden, Doth wakes up.
Do you have
fully-
something that wakes you up,
fully
or
healed.
do you have something that ends your trance at exactly 4 hours?
No.
Aha. Unless you have an alarm clock of some sort, there is a give or take.
yeah, I know.
I
we're
can
gonna be
generally
buying that
assume
food.
that as adventurers, you guys are fairly on point as far as when you do what you guys need to do. But there's going to be a couple minutes on either side here or there.
So what you're saying is I don't have my health points yet?
Without completing a full rest, you will not regain your hit points.
You want me to not wake you up?
I mean, I don't have that many anyway. Because he's been permanently
I'm pretty
lowering
good
them, not
still.
temporarily lowering them,
You will regain the permanent lowering if you finish a long rest.
which is only a whopping 39.
And it's been too long for me to heal you guys this time.
Yep. He already healed me a couple times. So I have 39 instead of 21.
It is up to you. Would you like to
Yeah, well, I kept you alive. so-
leave them to rest, or are you trying to wake somebody up?
We can't weigh in. Your call.
I can always, I can scout ahead and see how far away they are.
It'll be pretty much.
You will be at the
29.
permanently lowered until you actually take a long rest.
It'll be alone because I can't stealth with the shit.
Oh, shit.
I'm like, darkness, move that. Darkness, keep moving to the area.
Just tie my body to the rope.
You did see Lathani following Arkin
Doesn't mean it was a good idea.
rather stealthily.
Yeah, but you use a
I
lot
believe.
of spells though, right?
Some of his stuff
That's
is
up to
spells.
DM's discretion.
That's whatever you want to share.
Right. It's